Welcome back guys. In this video I'll be testing the PC Gamepass version of the Alters on my Windows PC that has a Ryzen 5700X 3D processor and an RTX 2070 Super GPU. This game officially supports FSR 3.1 upscaler and frame generation, but the upscaler is not decoupled from FSR frame gen. We cannot combine DLSS with frame gen. This is why I'll be using Nukem9 Mod to replace the in-game DLSS frame generation implementation with FSR frame generation implementation. This guide will work on any PC that has an RTX GPU. I'll be using Optiscaler Mod to inject Nukem9 Mod into the game. The game comes with an older version of DLSS Upscaler, version 3.7 with DLSS Auto Exposure setting disabled. This results in noticeable ghost trails produced around the particles floating in the environment. It's highly recommended to enable DLSS Auto Exposure setting in this game. It will help in reducing this ghosting effect. I'll manually update the upscaler to the latest version. Alters is a survival game in which we play as Jan Dolsky, a space miner who must create alternate versions of himself called the Alters in order to survive on an inhospitable planet. We explore the planet looking for resources and materials that are required to maintain and expand our base. Our base is basically a large wheel-shaped ship, need to stay away from sunlight due to lethal radiation. Before jumping into the gameplay, would like to thank Emailer and Xbox for providing me with a free monthly subscription of PC Gamepass. This subscription gives us access to hundreds of games. We can play these games for as long as we want until our subscription expires. Games from first-party Microsoft Studio and even third-party studios are available on PC Gamepass. Even EA Play membership is included. In India, Microsoft even supports UPI mode of payment. I'll be using the latest nightly build of Optiscaler Mod version 0.7.7. Preview 10. Expand the asset section. Click on this .7z link here. Uploaded 9 hours ago, this version. This particular nightly build includes a lot of new features and improvements over the previous Preview 9 build. I'll be highlighting one such feature, added flip metering setting. This setting fixes the uneven frame pacing graph produced by Afterburner overlay after enabling Nukem9's FSR frame generation. We'll be using build 0.130 universal version of Nukem9 Mod. You can download it for free from Nexus Mods website. Need to have a free Nexus Mods account in order to download any stuff from here. Click on manual download under universal. Click on slow download. Download the latest version of DLSS Upscaler from Tech Power Ops website. At the time of recording this video, it's version 310.3.0. Click on download here. Click on any of these servers, the download will start. Need to set the render preset to K in order to activate the transformer model of DLSS 4. I'll be verifying the upscaler's details using DLSS Debug overlay. We'll activate the overlay by activating this registry code provided by Emos. Copy the lines. Create a new text file anywhere on your PC. Name it anything you want. I'll just name it as overlay. Change the extension from .txt to .reg. Yes. Select the file, right click, open with, click on notepad, paste the lines here, click on file, save, close and run this registry file. This will enable the DLSS debug overlay. If you want to disable it, just replace the number 4 here with 0. Click on file, click on save, close and run this registry file. I'll just revert the change as I want to enable the DLSS debug overlay. Select the file, right click, open, click on yes, OK, you're done here. Now I'll install Optiscaler Mod. Open its archive file. Copy the highlighted files, 2 of them. Open Xbox PC app. Click on My Library. Click on the Alters. Click on the 3 dots here. Click on Manage. Click on Files. Click on Browse. Game size 48 GB. Open the games install folder. Open Content folder. Open the Alters folder. Open Binaries folder. Open WinGDK folder. Paste the mod files here. Oh, they are already present in this directory. I'll just delete them. Yeah, paste the mod files here. Change the name of optiscaler.dll file to dxgi.dll. Open optiscaler.ini file. Just set tx12 upscaler to DLSS and fg type to Nukems, as we will be using Nukem9 Mod. Click on file, click on save, close. Now I'll install Nukem9 Mod. Open its archive file. Open DLL underscore version folder. Copy this DLL file. DLSS G2 FSR 3 AMD is better. Open the games install directory. Alters, content folder, the alters folder, binaries folder, WinGTK folder, paste the DLL file here. Now I'll manually update DLSS Upscaler. Open the Upscaler's archive file, copy this DLL file nvngx_DLSS. I'll show you where to paste this DLL file. Open the games install directory, open content folder, open engine folder, plugins folder, DLSS folder, binaries folder, third party folder, bin64. Highlight the older version of DLSS Upscaler, it's version 3.7, replace it with the latest version. Highlight it. Now make sure hardware accelerated GPU scheduling setting is enabled on your PC. Right click anywhere on the desktop, click on display settings, click on graphics, click on advanced graphics settings. From here enable hardware accelerated GPU scheduling setting. If your monitor supports variable refresh rate, enable the setting as well. Now enable VSYNC from NVIDIA control panel. Click on manage 3D settings, click on program settings. From this drop down bar, select the alters, scroll down to the end. Enable VSYNC from here, apply the changes. My monitor is G-Sync compatible. I'll enable the corresponding settings for it. Click on setup G-Sync here and enable the following settings. Enable G-Sync compatible, enable for full screen mode, enable settings for the selected display model. I'll also enable G-Sync compatible indicator. This step is optional. Click on display here and check this setting, G-Sync compatible indicator. We're ready to run the game. Play. In-game settings, display mode set to windowed full screen, full HD resolution, VSYNC off, no FPS cap applied, motion blur disable, upscaler set to DLSS using its quality preset, NVIDIA Reflex setting on, helps in cutting down the latency. Reflex will work even with mod FSR frame generation, unlike official FSR frame generation implementation. Most other settings are set to ultra, post-processing settings set to low, that's it. Check out the DLSS debug overlay in the bottom left corner. Version of the Upscaler 310.3.0. Render preset used is K. This is the transformer model of DLSS 4. Base resolution 720p upscale to full HD resolution. DLSS auto exposure setting is off. Open Optiscaler menu by pressing the insert keyboard key. From here enable auto exposure setting. This setting is present under the init flag section. Setting chain. From this drop down bar, make sure DLSS is selected. Its version is shown here. Input DLSS, not using spoofing. Nukem9 Mod disable for the time being. Save and close. There's a character. Right now I'm at my base. I'll just zoom out. The wheel shaped ship. This is our base. You can see the individual modules, the rooms. Zoom in. Always observe some stuttering whenever the camera transition from this zoomed out view to this zoomed in view. This game uses Unreal Engine 5, exhibits some traversal stutters. I'll just construct a new module, build menu, workshop, place it anywhere in the blue area. I'll just leave the place now, explore the planet looking for some resources. Interact with this panel. Now I'm on the planet. It's raining cats and dogs. You can see a ship in the background. Yeah, here FPS is close to 70. Performance is much better when we are inside our base. Big open area. I can see some resources in the background, organic resources. I'll just highlight the floating particles in the environment. There they are, not producing that ghosting trail which I mentioned at the start of the video. See, all thanks to DLSS 4 and DLSS auto exposure settings. Depleted resources. Okay, now I'll enable Nukem9 Mod. More particles can be seen here. No ghosting is produced around them. Working even on my PC that has an RTX 2070 Super GPU. Resume the game. Your FPS increased to around 130. Can observe the added amount of smoothness. Mod is working properly. The mod also enables NVIDIA Reflex, which helps in cutting down the latency. Input delay is manageable. Game's interface is not flickering. Only DLSS debug overlay is flickering. As expected, it's not part of the game's interface. After verifying the upscaler's details, just disable DLSS debug overlay. You can see the frame pacing graph. It's looking very thick. We can fix this thick frame pacing graph using this new version of Optiscaler mod. I'll show you the process. Exit the game. Open the game's install directory where you install Optiscaler mod. Need to access the mod's ini file, optiscaler.ini. Open it. Scroll down until you find NV API section. From here, just set disable flip metering setting to true. Click on file, click on save, close. That's it. Start the game. Resume the game from the same spot. Check out the frame pacing graph now. It's not thick anymore, almost a flat line. So this is how you fix this issue. Okay, found some Rapidium resources. Quickly mine them. Highly recommended to use Nukem9's mod in this game if your PC has an RTX 20 or 30 series GPU. Getting around 100 FPS here. VRAM usage slightly below 7 GB. There can be a few hitches here and there, traverses stutters. This game uses Unreal Engine 5 after all. Before ending the video, I'll show you how to disable the DLSS debug overlay. Just edit the overlay.registry file that we created earlier. Right click, open with notepad. Replace the number 4 here with 0. Click on file, click on save, close and run this registry file. Click on yes, okay. That's it with the video guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.